Good morning, everyone. This is Mike Rennick. I'm the senior broker, the team lead with Team Rennick Real Estate Services, part of that great Keller Williams on the Water family. My guest today in every part for every video series we do like this is Mr. Stephen Reed.
Hey.
Welcome, Steve. Happy Father's Day to
Thank you.
Steve is the owner, the publisher, and the guy that does a lot of different things for both the Longboat Key News and the Sarasota City News.
That's right.
Now behind us, we are going to talk about the gas station. We did a blog, a video blog about 2 months ago in April. Alex, if you'll put a link on the video to that blog, that would be helpful. And we talked about what was going to happen. Well, looking behind us, what was going to happen is now happening. So first of all, Steve, where are we right now?
Well, we're on the north end of Longboat Key, technically the corner of Broadway and Gulf of Mexico Drive, the very tip of the key, in front of what was the Whitney Beach gas station for decades. And then it sat empty. It sort of went out of business because the gas pumps, they needed to be replaced, extremely expensive. And the old model of the guy who worked on cars and sold some gas wasn't really viable in this location anymore. So that went away, and it's sad. And it's sad. No one wanted to put a gas station in.
I think the whole time I've owned down here, I've been a resident for about 10 years, I think this has been empty the whole time. I don't ever remember this being open.
And sadly, you know, it's one of the most beautiful islands in the world. And the first view, you come down the hill from North Longboat. Oh, right there's Longboat Pass, one of the prettiest. You know, you got Beer Can Island to the right, and you got the bay and the azure waters. Then you come down the hill, and you would see this. I mean, it wasn't all dug up, but you saw this tan old gas station. So this will soon, by year end, this is gonna be a little restaurant for everybody.
And it's different than the other kind of restaurants we have. What's the difference here? What's the concept of this restaurant?
Okay, to get the lay of the land here, you have the Village, which is a collection of over 200 homes, almost
it's
250.
One of my favorite parts of the island.
It's the original part of the island, the old homes. This was the old fishing village, and some of the old white homes were built with coquina shell, ground up.
Oh, wow.
Made into bricks on these streets. There's pictures of this in the Historical Society. They made, and if you drive down around the village and you see these white bricks, those are made of coquina, ground coquina shells. Those are the original homes. And those cottages across the street, if you come down this corner, those little white cottages were some of the original Whitney cottages that were saved when the art center in the village was torn down recently. They moved those cottages there, and that's going to be the Historical Society.
So this whole area of the island, I call it the eclectic area, and I mean that with full 100% respect. Eclectic to me means unique, fun things. There's no two homes that look alike, and I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
And this restaurant's going to follow that concept now.
So to follow, though, it's going to be eclectic, but to follow that, all those people, they go to the beach, which is right there.
Right across the street.
So you have to keep in mind, this is really a walkable beach scene. And the town, and I want you to picture here, big news, this will be a roundabout, very likely. FDOT and the town are planning a future roundabout here to make it even more pedestrian
Just for
friendly.
the record, I'm really looking forward to that.
I am
Someone
too.
still has to teach me how to use the roundabout, but that's another video for another
You got a big truck, you just plow through. You know, they'll get out of the way.
So the restaurant's concept is a walk-up, right? You can come from the beach in your bathing suit.
Yeah, this is.
You can walk up at sandwiches and soups. And
That's
all
what they're
kinds of
envisioning.
things.
A full-on breakfast type place. Okay, coffee, beach. I call it beach sundries. You know, suntan and all these tourists who come. You know, these days airplanes, you can't bring anything, so you're not going to pack the beach equipment.
That's right.
So they're going to get it here. They'll get the little rafts and floaties and arm things, snorkels, and there'll be snacks. I think too, Mike, they're going to do what you do in the restaurant business is you sort of figure it out. You start serving breakfast, and then you say, oh my God, people want lunch, and then you expand up. So I think they're going to start with breakfast, and I would say some lunch and sandwiches, and then they're going to be mainly a convenience store for the beach.
So when we were here a couple of months ago, the old shell, the whole gas station was here.
Yeah.
Now we see there's been significant progress.
Yep.
I understand this is slated to open yet in 2019. Is that true?
Yeah, by the end of the year. This isn't a big deal. This looks, you know, like they're pulling up the tanks. There's going to be the shaded canopy. A shaded canopy will be put back. They kept the facade, which everyone knows from a building point of view this then becomes a renovation project rather than new construction. So they left the walls, smart from a developer's point of view, and they'll give it, you know, in real estate, how right now, what's fashionable and has been for a couple of years, mid-century modern.
Yes.
That iconic old gas station look. Remember the old Esso? You're old enough.
Yes.
You're pre-automobile, Mike.
I actually read about it in the history books.
Yeah. But anyway,
But
it's
I do
going to have
remember
that
those.
old Esso gas station
That's
look,
amazing, yep.
which is gonna, and I think pretty landscaping.
Okay.
A lot of bicycle parking. Oh, another thing they're going to capture, if you like Longbow Key, this is one of the go-to bicycle destinations. You have a 10-mile gorgeous ride along the Gulf of Mexico. They all will have to bike right by here.
Okay.
I guarantee they're going to be capturing the bicycle crowd.
Soft drinks, water, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, those folks,
Well,
they gear up, but they like to sit, drink coffee, and talk.
Let's do this. There's been a lot of progress. Let's promise to come back again. We'll update the folks. Steve, I want to say thank you for being here.
Yeah, and we'll bring them when they open. We'll get a cup of coffee here.
Absolutely.
We'll walk up. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day again.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back again next week.
We'll be back. That's our threat.